I don't think she is going to go anywhere without a fight because she has so much collateral. She has so many videos.
We do not think that she was supposed to go to Jordan.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do not think that for a second.
Well,
These two are so done. They are so
Yeah.
done.
Okay, Nancy and Stephanie Sidley, I have been dying to talk to you about exactly what was going on in the Middle East. Because, of course, look, we've covered the geopolitical angle a lot. And, like, the tour didn't make sense. I'm sure we all agree. It's like, who was this for? Was it for Hamas? Was it for amputees? Amputees like your father, Meghan? You know, what was this about? Like, who the hell knows? And actually, who really cares? Because, of course, what this tour actually showed us was that this marriage is dying in front of our eyes in the same way that we used to see Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage die in front of our eyes on very awkward royal tours. But you guys have come up with this term scarfing and scarfed, okay? Now, I've been thinking a lot about this. And is it connected to the Prince William thing? Is that where it's come from?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I finally worked it out. Okay, I get it now. So Prince William over Christmas, right?
Yeah.
When he was trying to ignore Eugenie, and Beatrice was
No,
like,
it was Meghan.
No, he's trying to ignore Meghan.
Meghan.
oh, and he played with his scarf that famous time. Okay, but then he did it again, didn't he? This Christmas when he was trying to.
Did
I'm
he?
sure
Did
he.
he?
I
Okay.
think he did. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Okay.
It was when Meghan was
Sir.
pregnant, and she was it was the last Christmas she was at Sandringham, and they were coming out of church,
Yes.
and she turned to Prince William and he just scarfed her.
Yeah,
He
and
scarfed her.
he
Yeah.
just hated her by that point. Okay, great. I worked it out because, guys, you're going to think this is so funny and I am so stupid, but I was like, oh, scarfing. I could work out what you meant, like she's rejected him. But I was like going into my grok and I was like, Urban Dictionary, is this a term? But I'm like, no, it was created by the Sidleys. This is even better. So this is our own little term. We're going to make this a thing, okay?
Yes,
But you
yes.
came up with the most brilliant receipts, and I used your reporting during the Outspoken episodes on this last week. But I just want to go into it with you now because you were so right. So Nancy, you posted that Steph might be on to something. Harry basically scarfed Meghan the entire time. And you added, Harry keeps scarfing Meghan on this trip, and I'm there for it. And Stephanie, you added, oh yeah, because there it is. There's that moment.
There it is.
Look, it's so good. There the hand. He's not even contemplating
He
it.
scarfed her.
But Stephanie, you have a bigger theory about this, okay? So
Yes.
you say Meghan Markle is not going to leave the royals alone without a fight. This has blackmail written all over it. They knew about Andrew's arrest, and the king knows Meghan has collateral on everyone. She has backed them into a corner, but not for long. Meghan fails at everything. And this was the other moment. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my
There's
God.
scarfing.
It is
Scarfing.
So you guys were just incredible with these pieces of footage because sometimes it only takes those few seconds to actually realize, holy shit, this is actually worse because he doesn't want her touching him at all. And Nancy, you actually pointed out a moment when she did because she just almost couldn't keep her hands off him at moments when he wasn't able to push away, you see. And you wrote, when divorce is coming and you don't want to get taken out of the photos on a later date. But look, there's your evidence. Talk to me about your theories, please. So Stephanie, you kick off.
Well, my theory about the divorce and the titles and everything, I mean, that's where that came from. I mean, I don't think she is going to go anywhere without a fight because she has so much collateral. She has so many videos. She has so many pictures of Eugenie and her husband, her husband. She has so many pictures of the kids, and there is no way that she is going to leave here without a fight.
But you made such a good point. We do not think that she was supposed to go to Jordan.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do not think that for a second.
No,
We
no.
think that this was planned for Dr. Tedros and Harry to go, and Harry to be Dr. Tedros's little puppet.
And then at the bottom of the ninth, she either cried about it and said, I really want to get on that plane, or she pulled the I'm going to off myself card if I don't get on that plane.
Yeah, because she just did not look like she had a place for her. You know how like royal tours or anytime something is planned in advance, they know where they're going to stand. Sometimes they put little tapes on the floor so you can stand there. Meghan had nowhere to go in this.
No.
It
she was just standing there awkwardly and wearing open-toed shoes in a Muslim
open-toed shoes on Ramadan. In a hospital. She wore open-toed shoes in a hospital. It was totally
she was constantly grabbing his arm like you just saw. Then she gave a speech that was just word salad. It meant nothing.
And his face
during the entire speech, like he looked like he wanted to off himself. It was bad.
It was so bad. I don't think she was supposed to go. And I think she used leverage at the end because look, she's got a nice little picture with the World Health Organization behind her. How perfect is that?
And look at his body language.
Yeah, he's like this. She's like, yeah. He doesn't want anything to do with her.
Yeah, do you know what?
These two are so done. They are so done.
It makes so much sense now that you say this, because actually, why was he so unhappy? Because he thought, oh, I'm going to be getting away. This is going to be my moment. And he was the one who had worked to get this relationship going with Dr. Tedros, who I think is a terrible man. And I know you think is a terrible man too.
Totally.
But it's like she's come and gate crashed the whole thing. And it would also make sense because, of course, in the one interview that he gave on the trip with Channel 4 News, which was horrendous on a whole load of levels, Meghan wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it was just with Dr. Tedros. But you said as a result of this interview, Nancy, oh my God, what is Harry's end game? And it honestly was so bad because, like, yeah, it's terrible the things that he said, you know, pretty much parroting Hamas talking points. Of course, the Israeli deputy foreign minister has come out and said it's just, you know, a lie what he's saying.
The corridors.
Exactly. And the whole world knows, you know, he kept saying the whole world knows. Well, no, you're just literally proving that you're trapped in an echo chamber and you haven't actually done the work that is required for something like this. But for me, it was more about his body language. Like, he does not look well. I just want to show you like one of the clips because he's so shifty and he's so uncomfortable. Watch. We are on a mission to 700,000 subscribers. So I need you to do something for me right now. It is free. It is easy. It is simple. Just hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That's because over 50% of you watching this video haven't done that yet. And it is the best way to support Outspoken. We're totally independent, by the way. No big tech backing, no billionaires pulling the strings. And if you turn on the bell, you'll get alerted to all our new videos.
I understand you don't wish to talk about your family, your uncle, things back in London. You're here because you don't want to distract from the work that you're doing on the WHO and on Gaza. So firstly, why are you here in Jordan? Why is it so important to you?
I think having spoken to Dr. Tedros for many months now, well, years, but specifically months in the lead up to this trip, it was really important for us to highlight the incredible work that Jordan does for this region. I think the work's been going on for decades, but more so recently as being a humanitarian hub for the Middle East and especially everything that's going on in Gaza and also Syria as well. So I think the world should be incredibly grateful for what Jordan is doing and the moral leadership that it's showing for the world right now.
Shaking and swaying and just a really troubled guy.
He's a wreck. He's a wreck. The thing he said about the corridors was so unbelievably false and just shows how he knows nothing about geopolitics. He's thinking they're closed. And then, of course, Dr. Tedros is feeding him this BS that they're closed when, in fact, no, Israel does not want another terrorist attack. Therefore, it's very slow to get the aid trucks to Gaza, because that's how the guns and everything got there the first time, dude. And that's why everything's super slow. The corridors are not closed. Yeah, they might be closed now as a result of Iran, but like what I'm talking about, when Harry said that, he had no idea what he was talking about.
Harry doesn't have any confidence in whatever he talks about.
But that's why we cannot have him
speak
and then get it misconstrued, because as Americans, how it was being portrayed here was they're back in the royal family.
Oh, they're doing tours.
They're there on behalf of Britain. Oh, look, the UK ambassador is having them over for dinner. Look at that. Well, we didn't think that. I'm talking about Meghan knew optics wise that all she had to do was show up,
take a few
pictures, and it looks like they're now doing humanitarian work for Gaza after the ceasefire. And notice how they had nothing to say pre-ceasefire.
And how disgusting was it for Meghan to go to a hospital and check up on a person who had an amputee while her father just lost his leg?
Yeah, she's.
I mean,
she could have. I
this
mean,
young woman as a photo op as well. It was so gross. It was
That's disgusting.
I'm so glad the U.S. backed out of World Health Organization, because obviously they are corrupt. They are corrupt. They are
look,
corrupt.
and Dr. Tedros, he is so desperate. The fact that he needs to turn to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, that shows you how far things have fallen for him.
Yeah,
and for the World Health Organization. And by the way, Rob Shooter of Naughty But Nice on Substack, who's actually going to be here this time next week, is reporting that Harry and Meghan's trip may have even changed Donald Trump's plans in terms of the invasion of Iran, because of course it was an unofficial visit, unlike Prince William's state visit to Saudi Arabia, which was obviously all signposted, so the Americans knew that this was not a moment to invade. So they just cause chaos everywhere they go, don't they?
Oh, it's pure chaos, and it's for no reason.
Yeah,
it's a waste of a trip. It's a waste for the taxpayers.
I felt bad for King Abdullah. I felt bad for the Crown Prince, and I felt bad for Jordan as a whole, because Dr. Tedros came in there. He brings in these two losers, and he just takes advantage of the situation. I even feel bad for Gaza at this point, because it turned me off on giving them, and I'm just like, fine, you guys want to hang out with World Health and the World Central Kitchen. What is that? Jose Andres.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of him too. Like, I'm over that. I mean, just the people they hang out with.
Anything
I just don't want to
touches just turns to crap.
Yeah, like I just don't want to hang out with these people. I mean, and when I say hang out, I mean give my money to them. I just don't. They're undesirables now.
The other big story of the week is, of course, in relation to the princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. And there is a divide in our community, isn't there, about should we feel sorry for these two or not? And Nancy, you put your neck on the line and said, I don't feel bad for Eugenie because she participated in the Netflix documentary. Now, look, I haven't used this footage. I didn't like the footage at all, actually, because I just thought stalking her outside her work when she's clearly in a bad place was not great. But Nancy, overall, I do agree with you. Like, they made their choice and they did it for strategic reasons, and they didn't behave appropriately, and they haven't treated Catherine well. And so my sympathy for the princesses has long waned. But first, the number one worst fruit for your waistline. Are you turning healthy fruits into highly unhealthy fruits without even realizing it? Fruit can be one of the healthiest things you can put into your body, but the majority of Americans are guilty of making this single mistake that can counteract all of the health benefits of fruit. Some fruits help with occasional constipation, reduce bloating, and even help burn calories. Others can wreak havoc on your digestive system and energy levels. I came across this viral presentation from world-renowned surgeon Dr. Stephen Gundry that showcases the 3 fruits to stop eating today. And it was shocking. I had no idea. And after finding it out, I've stopped eating these too. I'm going to put a link for you all to watch it because I want you to gain this information. I think it's truly important. You can watch it right now at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. That's thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. I also linked it in the description box below the video too, so make sure to click on it or just go to thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. Oh, and by the way, eliminating these fruits could forever change the way we help increase energy levels, decrease brain fog, support digestion, and even lose weight. So make sure to click below or go to thehealthyfat.com/outspoken to find out now. Dr. Gundry has lost 70 pounds himself using his research and has kept the weight off for over 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone, his health is fantastic, and he feels younger and healthier today than he did in his 40s. His video has been watched by over 20 million people to date, and you can watch and learn more about it at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. It's linked at the bottom of this video, but he'll teach you exactly how he has kept his weight off for free at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. Just click on the link in the description below the video. But now, back to the show.
Well, the way they treated Princess Catherine, I think it was the first.
Oh yeah, look
year
at this. We've got video of this, actually.
You do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was horrible.
Yeah, no, it was. We can just keep talking over it, but just look at how.
Yeah. I just thought that was just uncalled for and
Yeah, it's
rude.
2011.
And look at how Catherine even conducted herself after that. You know, I mean, I just thought they've always been like that. They've always been rude, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt because the Queen loved them so much. And I mean, those hats, really, you needed to wear those hats on their wedding day. Really, we really needed that. But
Well, there's a suggestion they
think-
may have even worn those hats purposefully to try and sort of steal attention
Thunder.
away.
Yeah.
That's what America thought.
We
Yeah,
thought that,
when they
yeah.
got out of that car, the first 7, I remember looking at you going, "What?" But yeah, I think especially Eugenie, she made her bed. Now she needs to lie in it because of what she did in the Netflix documentary. I mean, she's riding bikes.
She got a
August.
sell of goods. She got sold a
She's-
sell of goods.
She's hanging out, taking pictures at a restaurant with Marcus Anderson
Yeah.
and Harry and Meghan. I mean, she's acting like she doesn't give a crap about the royal family. I mean, it's sick. And guess what? Now you're paying for it. So I'm glad. I'm happy.
Well, yeah,
I'm
Hans
relishing
said
it.
a similar thing on X. She wrote, Beatrice and Eugenie seem to forget how karma works. Over the years, their behavior towards Princess Catherine is jealousy and disrespect. On Prince William and Catherine's big wedding day, they showed up in outfits like a Cinderella stepsister, and they did it intentionally. So, Stephanie, Hans is making that argument too. Do you agree with her? Are you with Nancy on this, or do you take a different view?
I agree with Nancy to the point where they definitely were trying to outshine Princess Catherine at one time. And when Meghan came along, they liked Meghan. They like Meghan because Meghan's a narcissist, and she's very good at getting in with people quickly, and she's very good at intimidating people very quickly. Princess Catherine is just an angel. You know, it's hard to infiltrate an angel.
Yes.
But it's very easy for Meghan to come on the scene and be like, "Hey, girls, follow me. Let's go to Halloween. Let's do this. Let's do that." And when poor little Charlotte was going through the stocking, her little stockings and her shoes and all
Yeah.
that stuff,
the hemline.
I don't think Beatrice and Eugenie were helping Catherine at that time. I
don't think they had
I don't
anything
think
to do
they
with
care.
it.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like I don't think that there was any help with that.
I just didn't appreciate the way Eugenie, am I saying it right? Eugenie. I just didn't like it how she brought her son August and into the Netflix documentary too. I just thought that was just
Yeah.
really rude, and
They were trying to put a fast one over us.
Yeah, like, ooh, you know.
Could that be Archie? Could it not be Archie?
No, they were trying to make it look like Betty. I won't say the kid's real name. Sorry, guys. I know this is Substack, but you guys know what I mean.
People love that.
Betty.
People love that.
Lily. I won't say it.
We can't call Lily
That
Betty.
is the queen's nickname. I will never say it as
And
long
so
as I
as a
live.
result of your feelings on Beatrice and Eugenie, do you think Prince William, has done the right thing by demanding that they cannot join the royal family at Royal Ascot this year? And indeed,
Yes.
he has actually told all senior members of the royal family that they cannot even be pictured with Beatrice and Eugenie this year. Remember, that comes
Yes.
after he previously suggested that their financial links to Jeffrey Epstein should be investigated. Has William done the right thing here?
Yes, I think he needs to start showing some strength. I think he needs to start this. I mean, Queen Marguerite started cleaning house before she stepped down. And I think he's doing the same thing. And he's got it a lot worse than Queen Marguerite had it. So I don't think he's gonna, I think he's gonna, I think this is going to get looked back on strength and for the good of the monarchy in the long run. He might get some pushback at first, like, oh, why don't you include your cousins? But let's face it, these girls are not innocent. I mean, I like Beatrice. I do. I like her and I like her family. I like her stepson.
But I also think,
but I've never liked Eugenie.
But I also think he's doing this for his father too. It would be incredibly difficult for his father to say that to his nieces. It's going to be a lot easier if Prince William says it.
That's true.
But to have King Charles, who's going through cancer and all these health problems, like,
and he does love them.
and he does love them. Let Prince William do it, you know?
Yeah.
Let him make them.
He's so strong.
The problem is these two just keep being dragged into scandals. And I don't think they're completely innocent. Like just today, look at this, brand new. Epstein emails expose plan to drag Beatrice and Eugenie into Fergie's debt crisis. Correspondent shows Epstein raising the possibility for the princesses to own shares in a new venture to ease their mother's mounting debts. Now, don't get me wrong, this is far, far worse for Fergie because the emails are mortifying. But let me just take you through this reporting from Richard Palmer in the newspaper, who writes, at the height of Sarah Ferguson's debt crisis, the names of Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie were discussed as potential shareholders in a business venture intended to raise quick cash for her, emails released in the Epstein files show. The proposal was raised in 2010 by Epstein, who was under house arrest after serving a prison sentence for soliciting a minor. Ferguson remained in contact with him despite his conviction as her finances deteriorated. At the time, Beatrice was 21 and Eugenie 19, adults. The emails suggest their names were considered as part of a deal aimed at securing a cash advance for Ferguson, who was negotiating a deal with one of Epstein's associates. There is no evidence that shares were ever issued, but again, this is why William wants to investigate, because we don't know for sure. However, the emails show the princesses' names were drawn into discussions linked to a convicted sex offender. It also raises questions about whether their royal status was viewed as leverage during Ferguson's financial crisis. By late 2009, Ferguson was struggling with debts of around £650,000 following the collapse of her US lifestyle brand company Hartmore. Pursued by creditors, she appealed to Epstein for short-term help, asking at one stage for $50,000 or $100,000 to help get through the small bills that are pushing me over. He declined, replying, I cannot do anything until July at earliest, dictated by current restrictions. He then encouraged her to resolve her problems caused by overspending. You need to address these. You are great. I mean, this is just mortifying. Utterly mortified. He was under house arrest. But here's the issue. Beatrice and Eugenie, 21 and 19. They went to meet Epstein with their mother days after his release from prison. So they're complicit in this to some degree.
Yes.
To some degree. I mean, 21 and 19.
Young, indeed.
And doing
but
something
you've
with
got
your
to
mom.
ask questions, though.
Oh, of course. I think the best thing is to remove their titles and just streamline the monarchy and just keep it to the Wales family. I really do. I think that's the best thing get rid of. Listen, after this whole Jordan trip with Harry, they have a problem with Harry being used as a puppet now, especially for Hamas. But now with Beatrice and Eugene, just streamline it. Get rid of it. Get rid of the titles. You've got George. You've got Charlotte. You've got Louis. Boom. You're fine. Keep the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. Keep the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. Keep the cousins of the Queen.
And then throw out the trash.
And then, get rid of the trash.
I agree. By the way, I've got to ask you about Andrew Lowney's new claim. He's going to be here next week, by the way, the author of Entitled, who says that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is now on suicide watch. This from Talk TV watch. Yeah.
I did see that.
His temporary home at Sandringham at the weekend. The King's domestic chaplain. The headline is Confess Any Sins. The ex-Duke sees the Sandringham priest a few hours before the King. What's he confessing his sins, Andrew, do you think? Or looking for divine inspiration of how to get out of the hole he made?
Well, who knows? I mean, he may be finding religion now. I think it's just they've taken pity on him. I mean, no one else is visiting him, so I suppose the local vicar should.
Do you think that, genuinely I like your point, because we read about Fergie, she's in some wellness clinic talking about mental illness and everybody's out to get me. You've got to paint the picture of this guy sat on his own in Sandringham, and I'm going to ask the question that everybody will probably get upset about, and you can dump it if you want. I suspect there are many people who are feeling he's so ostracised he can't even go horse riding. Are they worried about his mental health and what he might do to himself?
Well, that's been a message from the palace for a long time, even when my book came out in August, that he was on suicide watch. I mean, everything I'm told from people close to him until very recently was that he still hasn't really sort of understood the seriousness of what he did and his position. He's more concerned about where he's going to park his car.
Nancy, Stephanie, are you worried?
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to off himself. I think he's too much of a coward.
Yeah. I don't think cowards
I think
like
if there's any death in this story, Andrew's been unalived. You know, that's what we've got to be concerned about. But yeah, I personally don't believe.
Why can't the King just send him somewhere? Just send him somewhere and like off to another continent. Can't the King do that?
Exile.
Why does he have to be in England?
He can't now because obviously there is a legal process playing out. So it's too late. It's too late. I mean,
true.
Maybe it would have been better for everyone for Andrew to go to Middle East in exile, but that is past.
What
now.
a nightmare.
It is a total nightmare, but you are not. The wonderful Sidley twins, Nancy and Stephanie. You must subscribe to Twin Talks on YouTube for so much more of this. I absolutely adore you both. Thank you for your brilliant reporting on the Middle East tour, which I used so much of. It was absolutely wonderful. You were so on it, and I always love you being on Outspoken. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Much.
We love you,
we
Dan.
Love you.
Thank you. That is the Sidley twins, Nancy and Stephanie. And thank you so much for your company today. Of course, if you are watching on YouTube and you want full access to our Royal Uncancelled After Show, just head over to Substack and you can get full access every single weekday, Monday to Friday, twice the length of what you've just seen on YouTube with no advertising or whatsoever. Watch live or on demand with all of our favourite guests like the Sidley twins, Angela Levin, Lady Colin Campbell, According to Taz, P. Diner, the Royal News Network, Andrew Lowney, Rod Shooter. They are all here. So you've got to be with us too over on Substack, www.outspoken.live. That address again, www.outspoken.live. Dan Wootton Outspoken is your no-spin, no-bias, no-censorship outlet for independent news. We have no big tech backing or billionaires pulling my strings, but that does mean I need your support. So please hit subscribe on YouTube, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to Dan Wootton Outspoken on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It's totally free, but allows me to continue my promise to always keep fighting for you.